Hey everybody, and welcome to Chad Robertson's Fly Tying and Fishing. Today we're going to be tying up a salmon fly from Nova Scotia. It's the Nova Scotia Classic. It's actually the official salmon fly of Nova Scotia. So let's get to it. Okay, we have the hook and the vise. It's a size 6 mustad salmon hook. So we're going to start by start off by laying a thread base. We'll see who's... So we're going to start by laying in a thread base, and here we go. And we're going to run this thread down to just about the barb of the hook. Just gonna clip off that tag here. Pretty much there. Alright, so we're there. What we're going to do is we're going to tie in some silver tinsel. And I just peeled off the remainder of my tinsel off the spool. There it is, empty spool. So basically all we're going to do is we're going to do 3 wraps, and what I want to do is, because there's a return eye here, there's going to be a space between the return eye and the actual hook shank. So I'm going to tie in the tinsel so it reaches the hook return eye, and try to fill in that gap. That's the idea. So with that, I'm going to run this thread up. So we try to catch that gap, fill it in. Now these don't have to be super tight touching wraps, because we're going to be going with the silver braided tinsel, diamond braid. So, but we want to have as much of that gap filled in so we don't get this weird space in there. What I'm going to do, run the thread up back a little bit more, and we're going to start wrapping in the tag. Like I said, three-ish turns of the tag would be good. I don't like that. That's better. Start off. Okay. There we go. That's tied in. Again, we're going to go with just open loops. open wrap, just to get it up to that return eye. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect because it's going to be bulked up by a pretty big body anyways. And then clip it, and then bring it back. All right, I'm gonna bring it to about there. What we're gonna do next is, for the next part of the tag, or the butt, I'm going to be using 54 Dean Street gold silk floss, and I will be tying that in like this right here. Like that. Wrap it in. And I'm just going to wrap in a small tag in the butt section there. Okay, just going to clip it there, and then same thing, I'm going to wrap it forward, try to fill in that gap. Otherwise you end up with this weird shape, this weird step in your fly. Yeah, it's pretty ugly, that floss, but whatever. There. Just seal it up there, run it back. Alright. Next we're going to be using some golden pheasant crest, which is this nice golden color feather of the golden pheasant right here. Just going to line it up. There's going to be 2 crests. Now the fun is lining these things up so they sit on top of each other. Tail's a bit long. Good. I can live with that. So basically I'm going to run that all the way up here to about there. I'm just going to trim off the remainder of the feather. And just wrap that in there. And again, just open wraps. Try to keep it somewhat even. All right, now we're going to use the Uni Yarn Red. Give it a little hot spot here. I'm just going to tie that in right here. A little pinch wrap. All right. And I'm just going to trim it off a little bit here. And just run it forward. All right, now that's the or the tag end, pretty much the butt and the tag done. Now what we do is we're going to take diamond braid silver tinsel, and I'm going to just clip it off here, and this is our body. So I think I am actually going to tie it in down with this one. I'm going to tie it in down low. Just like that. I'm going to trim that excess out. Because this isn't a very big hook, it's a size 6, I'm going to not go very big on the body. I'm just going to wrap forward. If I were tying on like a size 2 Alec Johnson steelhead iron, I would wrap it a little bit bigger. Make a bigger body. There. I'm just doing this relatively quick just so you can see what the fly basically looks like, and when you tie it yourself, you'll obviously take the time it takes that you want to take to tie the fly. Alright, so now what we do is we're going to be tying in some calf tail, and I am running very low on calf tail. As you can see, that's about all I have left. So I'm going to cut off a clump of this. And let's see how that looks. Okay, I got ahead of myself. So before I tie in the calf tail, I need to tie in some strands of Crystal Flash green. And I need 4 strands, so I'm going to take 2 and double them up. Alright, what you do with these is you run them up the thread and you just get them on top of your what the heck happened? I love when things happen, you're just like, what the heck? And you want to have these on top, and they're going to line in underneath your wing, just like that. So as long as they're on top, now you have 4 strands. You're going to trim these down. So now I'm going to take my calf tail. Now this stuff is super slippery. And I forgot my wax at my tying desk because I'm at the kitchen table. So this could prove pretty interesting to tie in here. But I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to weave it in and out of the fibers of the hair. See how it just slides off there. Well, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Yeah, I wish I had my wax with me. There we go, I got it. Alright, so now I am going to trim off the crystal flash to about there. This is a pretty small salmon fly. I would normally tie this in a size 2, but I imagine this could be good for rainbow as well. Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the hackle is actually going to be blue. So I can either use a schlappen feather, which is pretty webby, which might not be a bad option if I clip it in a good spot. Somewhere like that. That could be all right. Just going to wrap this in here. Well, your singing's on the video, hun. Alright, so that's that. And I'm just going to grab it with my hack pliers if I can find them. just going to wrap these in now. This hackle in. Of course. And this is part of the reason why I don't like tying on small hooks. I've got an issue with small hooks. Well, for flies like this anyways. All right. There. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a whip finish here. I'm going to trim that out. All right. So now what I have to do, I have to change over my thread to red here. So I'm going to take my white thread out. Alright, so I've got the red thread started over the white, and this thread is, this head is meant to be red. So we will make it red. There we go. Now I'll just finish that. Alright, there you have it. The only thing left to do is head cement. Also take out some of the overburden, I guess you can call it, with the the feathers that are stuck in the eye, which is simple. Heat up an old bodkin, put it in, melt them out. And there you go.